Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. In today's video, we're going to be reacting to GameXplain's video that they just put out earlier today called What's Next for Pokemon Rumors Point to Gen 5. Now Jake is the one doing this video. I like GameXplain. I like Jake as well. He actually inspires me to one day maybe hope to become a GameXplain member, he kind of inspires me in that way. So maybe one day I'll be able to join GameXplain. But anyway, that's besides the point. We're going to be reacting to this video. I found it an interesting topic. So yeah, let's just get right into it. And plus I just wanted an easy video today because I don't really feel like making anything too crazy. So yeah, let's just get into it.
Hey everybody, Jake here, because the latest buzz in the world of Pokemon is that the next games following the Pokemon Scarlet and Violet DLC are going to be based on Generation 5 and take place in the Unova region.
I have heard that.
You're undoubtedly wondering, where do these rumors come from? It can never be that easy. So really, the most prominent leaker in the Pokemon space, Koo, is known for posting riddles rather than outright leaking information. And I use the word riddles pretty loosely because these aren't really puzzles meant to be solved as much as they are layers of obfuscation on top of words and images loosely related to the Pokemon brand. But nonetheless, today we are going to be zoning in on this particular tweet. So Koo has this image depicting the second part of Pokemon Scarlet and Violet's DLC and says one of them grasped the key of the lore, not Lacey, and it's a big spoiler for the next game after Sudachi. Now, my normal people out there are probably asking extremely fair questions right now, like, what is Sudachi? And these questions will only lead to more questions, which will lead to more tweets, which will bring us further and further down this rabbit hole. And I think for the purposes of this video, I'm going to ask that you trust me. And a lot of...
Oh, I don't know why that guy likes to post riddles for the leaks. I honestly don't believe most leaks anyway. But I have heard, I have made a theory that initially Pokemon Scarlet's DLC would have been like Gen 5 related because of like France, and like France is like right near Spain and all that stuff. I forgot where that came from, but that's what I thought was gonna happen. Other PokeTubers or whatever talked about this. So it appears this is something different. I don't know this guy, so yeah, we'll just see.
People in the Pokemon community are expecting that, leak or not, the next games will be based on Generation 5, and I think this is a fair assumption. We've had pretty consistently Generation 1, 2, 3, and most recently a Generation 4 remake in the form of Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl. So this is a consistent...
Which, by the way, with that game, I think it's overhated, honestly. I don't know why people hate it so much. I think most of the time it's just because they wanted something more cooler, like more something in the style of like Sword and Shield or whatever, not in like Link's Awakening style. But even still, I don't see the problem with the chibi art style. People, I think Pokemon fans just complain a lot. I mean, there's valid criticisms for Pokemon stuff in general. I have made a video talking about weird stuff going on with the Pokemon company, but man, I think sometimes Pokemon fans are just too picky, just annoying.
Thing that happens, and it's either going to happen sooner or later, and I think a lot of people now, with some of the indications in these tweets, are expecting it to happen sooner. And if you thought that was a lot of work, you don't even know what these tweets are out of control. But even if we know that a Gen 5 game is coming, that doesn't even begin to scratch the surface about what this game could be, or all of the more interesting questions that we
So sorry for the background noise. It's my bird.
And I think what's on my mind is just wondering what form this game will take, since we've seen the Pokemon Company do so many different kinds of remakes. As a matter of fact, I think there are 5 different directions they could go in, and I made a chart. So if we're remaking Gen 5, I think it's either going to be 1, a high-fidelity remake, 2, a modern remake, 3, let's go, 4,
Alright, let's go.
Or 5...
Oh, what an ad, really.
Let's keep 5 under wraps for now. So allow me to give a brief overview of the these 5 different directions, and then of course
Right, the Let's
them
Go
on my
games, they
own
have some
personal
issues, but overall I think that's a good
so
remake.
first on the docket is what I call the high fidelity remake, meaning a remake that has high fidelity to its source material. This is of course in the style of our most recent remakes, Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl.
Which I think
there
look good.
is a chance that after that game was finished, Ilka, the developer of those games, notably not Game Freak, moved over to the next game they would be making, maybe even to release a couple of years later, and that game is a remake of Black and White. Now, I don't think this would light the Pokemon community on fire. As far as I know, though it sold okay, Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl, it didn't enthuse a lot of the player base. Comments, let me know what you thought. I never 100% put my finger on how everybody felt about BDS.
I like it. I think it's
but
overhated.
I think it was a little bit unambitious, and I think a lot of people had a hard time saying goodbye, leaving in the past all of the content that was left in the 3rd versions of Diamond and Pearl.
Yeah, that's the only issue that I can agree with. Like, yeah,
so
I don't know why they didn't have platinum stuff, but like that's the only thing I agree with.
Of Black and White that leaves behind all of that awesome content that was in Black 2 and White 2, making it feel like not the definitive experience and almost a step back even. But on the other hand, I personally did not hate BDSP. I kind of liked, we have all these 3D open world games now. Kind of like going back to classic Pokemon map design. Maybe Ilka can get some notes from the community and give us something that better serves what we are looking for. But it was kind of fun to have a game that was a throwback in that way, that maintained fidelity to the source material, give a generation of Pokemon players that haven't played a lot of games like that a chance.
Yeah, I'm happy for
Let's
that.
go to the titillation meter. It's fine.
I do love the titillation meter.
Next is the modern remake, and this is a little bit of a weird one, so stay with me here. But past remakes, I'm talking your Fire Reds, your Heart Golds, your Alpha Sapphires, those remakes had a little bit of a lineage of being like, okay, we're going to take a past game, a past generation, and we're going to bring it up to the standards and contrivances of whatever the current generation of Pokemon is. So, like, we took Red and Blue and brought them up to the Game Boy Advance. We took Gold and Silver and we brought them up to the Nintendo DS. And I'm wondering if maybe we could go back to that for Black and White. And it's like, okay, so this is a remake of Black and White, totally, but it's in 3D. Maybe it even has some open world elements.
Yeah, maybe it will be similar to Sword and Shield or Scarlet and Violet.
Like Pokemon Scarlet and Violet on Nintendo Switch. I think there's a chance of this. And I never see people talk about this one. So comments, I want to know if that's something.
I have heard about this, like why didn't they do this for BDSP?
But on my own personal titillation meter, let's see what it scores. Yeah, so I like Pokemon Black and White, and I think the last thing I want is for it to be remade in the image of a game that we just played. You know what I mean? Give me a different experience. Now, our third category is a Let's Go game, and I'm sure there's a lot of people out there that they hear me say that and they're like, God, no, please no, the stripped back gameplay.
And the only issue I have with this game, with the Let's Go game, is just the fact that you cannot use like the Pro controller at all. Which is weird because in handheld mode you don't need to use motion controls, but like on TV mode, when you're playing on the TV, you need the motion controls. You can't control it with a Pro controller. So if there was an option, that would have been totally fine. But that's the only issue I have with the game. Overall, I enjoyed. I got Eevee, so Pokemon Let's Go Eevee, and I enjoyed the game. So yeah.
That cutesy art style, this horrible control scheme in which you have to just use like one Joy-Con, not battling Pokemon in the wild, all this stuff. People had such
I don't mind with the battling, I don't care.
But I gotta tell you, I've always been a little positive on Let's Go. I've always kind of liked it.
Yeah, me too.
I actually thought that taking away those wild battles, kind of affected the pacing in a way that I appreciated in a revisit to a region I've already been to. But I don't think it makes a lot of sense to go from a Gen 1 Let's Go game to a Gen 5 one. I don't think the zeitgeist of the audience is there in like the Pokemon Go connection. So I don't particularly see this happening, but I like that art style and I think it's something worth coming back to. But again, what I'm concerned with, the titillation meter. If tomorrow they announced Generation 5, Unova remake, we're doing it Let's Go style, what would it score?
So halfway? Oh.
I know it's shameful. I know it is. I don't know what to tell you. I like it. I'm now our fourth category.
I would be happy with anyone,
remake.
honestly.
You know what I mean? It's much less of a remake, and it is much more of a, okay, we're doing a Unova game, we're doing a Gen 5 game. This is what we want to do.
And this is not a remake, really.
Pokemon Legends Arceus style game in the Unova region. Go right to the titillation meter. Let's show the people. Whoa!
Yeah.
I loved Pokemon Legends Arceus.
I love it too.
Movement, throwing the Pokeballs, all of the dodging, the attacks.
It's so good. It doesn't look amazing, but I still love it.
If we could somehow marry this to a more traditional Pokemon experience, maybe something taking advantage of the story of Black and White, of the the gyms, things Pokemon fans come to expect. If we could somehow convince me that Legends isn't dead, that we're gonna see another Legends game.
I hope we see another Legends game.
This is my most desired, I think. Okay, now our last category, our secret category. I want to remind everybody that Black and White, a little bit of a weird generation, because past ones, you got your Diamond and Pearl, later you got your Platinum, you got your Ruby Sapphire, later you got your Emerald, you got your third version.
This one actually
Gold,
has
Silver,
sequels.
Crystal. Black and White, you get your Black 2, White 2. How crazy was that at the time? We're telling a sequential story. We're doing something that, it's a little bit of a marketing gimmick. It totally is kind of like a third version in a lot of ways, but in a lot of other ways, not so much. And I wonder if the Pokemon Company, if they're cooking over there, and they're thinking, we got a kind of weird opportunity here to capitalize on the Black 2, the White 2, go Black 3, White 3.
Oh.
So unless I'm just out of touch and my vision for the Pokemon games is just wildly different than everybody else's, I think most people would be happy with this, because we've got our open world 3D games and the main ones, and even some of the side stuff, and now to have like a big game, a revisit to an old region, be that classic style that I'm sure some people like me kind of miss, like that map design, you know what I mean? I think this would really make people happy, but I also recognize that it is the most amount of work? Maybe?
Yeah.
Maybe it's less amount of work than a Legends, honestly. I don't know, but of course, we're here for the titillation. I wanted to go to the max. I did. I wanted to go to the max. I wanted to do it for the Pokemon fans out there that are like, just do it, Jake. Come on, Jake, just titillate all the way to the end. But the truth is, I like Legends too much. I want to
me too.
I want to see if they can iterate. That is my hope for the Pokemon Gen 5, the Unova region game. I want to see the word Legends in the title. My fingers are crossed. But of course, I really do want to hear from what you all think out there. What would score the highest on your titillation meter? What are you afraid of being announced? Would a Let's Go game really be that bad? Answer those questions. Let me
I
know
don't
your
think it would
thoughts
be
in
that
the
bad. I would
comments
honestly
below,
be happy
and
with
we'll
any
hold
one of
tight,
these.
and I will keep you
The
posted
only
on
one maybe
any
not
updates
is the
to
Black
these rumors
Black 3,
surrounding
White
these
3.
supposed,
Just
Unova
because
games that are coming in the future. Thanks for watching.
Just
I'll see you
because
next
me
time.
and some other people will feel like, oh, do we need to play the other
When you got the
Black and White games though?
and the
But honestly, I would still be happy for it. I mean, I would buy it. I would hecking buy it because I like Pokemon stuff. Let's look at.
Hey everybody, Jake
I
here.
want to see the comments here real quick. See what people are saying.
You posted on
It's so
any
weird that the comments are like
updates
down
to these,
here.
to these rumors surrounding these supposed.
I love the
games that are coming in the
enthusiasm.
future.
Yeah,
Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.
that delivery that Jake provides. That's cool. Say is that the NPC buildings, closed shops really make the world feel alive. Yeah, I agree. It does. Solid remake, originals, and then the sequels. An actual challenging Pokemon game. I find Pokemon relatively challenging, but that's because of the fact that I don't memorize all the types that are weak against what, except for like fire, grass, and water, and rock and electric. I don't know what fairy is weak to, or strong against. I don't know. Sprite-based port. I don't really get why people don't like this one. I'll say 5, 4, 2, 1. Okay. If they remake Gen 5, it'll be denied that I'm getting old. Oh my god. But yeah, these are good comments. I enjoyed this video a lot. I will link the original video in the description down below. So yeah, if you enjoyed this video though, like, subscribe, play some Xenoblade, and yeah, thanks so much for watching, guys. Really appreciate it. Again, links to GameXplain in the description below, and yeah, thanks for watching. Peace.